Namaste yogis, welcome and thank you for joining me and Kindfolk. My name is Melissa. I'm going to be walking you through Ujjayi breathing today, a very powerful breath for moving through any vinyasa practice, but also ultimately life. So if you've ever been in a yoga class, you may have heard that deep oceanic breathing that some yogis cultivate during their practice, and it almost feels like even though they're there on the mat with you, they're not really there. They've moved fully into themselves, and they do that using their breath. So Ujjayi breath is an inhalation in the nose and out of the nose with the mouth sealed. It's a soft constriction at the base of the throat, which is a little hard for people, especially me. When I first stepped on the mat, I had no idea what that meant. And I really had to focus on what muscles I use in my throat when I go to whisper. So I think of this as whisper breath. So if you were to just softly take a moment and whisper your name, whisper, you feel that constriction. It gently pulls the throat in. It forces the breath out without making any sort of facial expression. So sometimes when we take this breath, we have a tendency to scrunch up the nose and force everything out. So if you've never taken this breath before, I would recommend grabbing a tissue because sometimes you can get a little bit crazy with it. But if you focus on those muscles, so maybe take a few moments, whisper yourself your favorite song, or whisper to the yogi next to you if you have a friend joining you on the mat, and just and notice how the softness of that whisper closes the back of the throat ever so softly. And you can start by inhaling, trying to mimic that. For me, I like to really press the tongue down in the base of the mouth so that I resist the urge to involve it, because sometimes it can get in the way. Trying to breathe around as though you were whispering your name with just your breath. And as that breath moves through you, you feel that constriction extend not only in the throat, but it starts to radiate down the front of the chest. And it's almost like you're massaging your mouth, your throat, and your heart with this breath. So as you inhale, start to deepen the inhale. Pull it from the collarbones into the chest and deep down into the belly. So that it's not merely the thought of breath being pulled in and breath being pulled out, but now it's an energetic action, a muscular action, not only of the diaphragm, but you can feel the intercostals, you can feel the shoulders, you can feel the core start to be a part of this overall. And if you're still kind of wondering, like, what is she talking about? I have no idea what she means. Fogging a mirror is another great way to think about this breath. So if you were to fog a mirror, you would simply open your mouth and go, and that warmth would move out through you, and you could write yourself a little message like, I am great, because you are, and you should have that written on your mirror so it pops up when you shower. But that same idea, that same action of forcefully using your breath, we try to imitate that out the nose. So it's not merely the throat and the tongue, it's the whole front of the body being involved. And really the back of the body too, because the two are compressing to send the air out and they're expanding to let the air come in. So let's try that again together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the nose. Or maybe go back to that fogging the mirror. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale, nose or mouth. Exhale, nose or mouth. And maybe start with just one side in the nose. Maybe inhale through the nose. Exhale Exhale, nose or mouth. It almost becomes like a sigh. But instead of that cleansing breath where the shoulders relax and the belly falls and the face relaxes, everything is still intentional. So inhale. Exhale. One more point of focus before I let you go and release you to watch this video again or practice on your own. Pay really close attention to the muscles here. Are you a frowner? Do you think a lot when you do things? I know I do. I have these lines to prove it. So I try to focus a lot on softening these muscles around the eyes, through the cheeks and the chin, the forehead. And just let the movement, the action of the muscles pull in from the torso. Let the muscles of the body pull in rather than the muscles of the face. So inhale. Exhale. One more time together. Inhale. Exhale. Fold your hands in at heart center. Bow your chin to your chest. Take a moment. Honor your practice. Whether it was a huge success or there's room to work, smile at it. You tried something new. Maybe you haven't tried this breath before. Maybe you have. Smile at it. Enjoy it. Feel better for having done it. And relish the moments when you find yourself falling into that Ujjayi breath without even trying. There will come a point in your practice, a point in your life where you'll start to get challenged. You'll feel yourself slide into that breath as though it's second nature. You won't even realize it in the moment, but as your body starts to soften, as your mind starts to focus, and you bring yourself back to center, you'll be all the more grateful for it. Thank you, yogis, for joining me, for trusting me with your practice, and for sharing your light. Namaste.